sting a little bit. And the thing is it's something that can completely transform your life. Of course, I'm going to relate this to health, fitness, nutrition, and weight loss, but it literally can be applied to any other area of your life. I feel like we are in a self-trust recession. Nobody trusts themselves these days. Everybody is looking for the correct answer. Everybody is afraid of making the wrong decision. And we are just stuck in this space where we're continually taking in more information, more information, more information, but we're never moving forward. And we don't understand why. And we think it's because that we need motivation. But what I'm going to say is probably going to sting a little bit. We don't need more motivation. You don't need another podcast. You don't need another macro breakdown. You don't need another what I eat in a day. You don't need another fat loss strategy. What you need is to trust yourself some more. And the reason most women stay stuck in their weight loss journey has nothing to do with knowledge, and it has everything to do with self-trust. It has nothing to do with lack of motivation and everything to do with not trusting yourself. So I posted something on social media the other day. Shocking, I know. I mean, that's what I do for a living. So here we are. It was simple. It was straightforward. It was basically, I'm going to tell you what it was because I can get into the nitty-gritty details in this type of content, and I love that. So I post a lot of the recipes that I make for my family on Facebook, and I always will attach the recipe to it, and I'll probably share what I'm eating because I don't eat what my family eats. I am in prep for a bikini competition, and it looks drastically different. I keep things very, very simple for me. I basically eat the same thing every single night: a potato, a vegetable, and a lean protein. And my family doesn't want to eat that. So I make different things for them. However, this was actually a breakfast situation. So Sunday morning, I saw somebody make what was called a Dutch baby online. And I'm like, sweet. This looks really simple. I want to make this. There was like 7 kids at my house. Let's do this. Instead of like flipping pancakes, let's make one thing in the oven that's going to work. And so I get on ChatGPT, right? Because this is part of the issue. And I'm not saying that I completely trust myself in every single area of my life. And also we have tools that we can use, but if we lean on them too much, then we really don't trust ourselves. So I ask for a recipe for a Dutch baby. It gives me the recipe. I actually, to be real straight honest with you, I did not read the recipe completely, but I guess in the recipe it says to use a cast iron skillet. I do not own a cast iron skillet. So even if I would have saw that, what I would have done, or what I did do, is I took the things that I did have. I had a cake pan, I had a 9x11 glass baking dish, and I used that, and it worked out perfectly. So I posted a picture of the Dutch baby. If you don't know what a Dutch baby is, it is like this egg flour mixture that you blend up in the blender, and then you cook it really high heat in the oven, and it kind of puffs up, and then it kind of comes down, but it's like a pancake-ish kind of thing. Anyways, the kids loved it. They devoured it. I posted the picture on the Book of Face. I included the recipe. I did not change the fact that it said use a cast iron skillet. And I posted the picture of the cake pan that I used. And the comments were hilarious. People were so confused. They were questioning everything. They didn't know what the right way to do this was. And I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Kidding me. They were unsure of themselves. Like, is this right? But what if this? What if I choose wrong? What if this isn't the right way to do it? And I'm watching these comments roll in because there's like 500,000 views on this post right now. And I am like, oh my gosh, this is a simple recipe. It's not that serious. And we literally do not trust ourselves anymore. And this goes far beyond trusting ourselves to make a recipe or swapping something for what you don't have. I don't follow rules. One of the things that I know to be true is that rules don't keep you safe. They only keep you stuck. And when you think that you have to follow the exact rules, the exact way, and you don't lean into yourself, because the truth is with anything in life, it's always nuanced. If there was one certain way to do something that would produce success, right? We're going to go back to weight loss because that's what we like to talk about here. If there was one simple way to produce weight loss, it's a calorie deficit. However, getting into a calorie deficit is nuanced. Everybody would be able to lose weight, right? It's simple. It's not easy. It's uncomfortable, but we do not trust ourselves anymore. We don't trust ourselves. We don't know what to eat. We don't trust ourselves to rest. We don't trust ourselves to push harder. We don't know what to decide on. So we do what feels safe. And what feels safe is to consume more information until we feel like we have the right answer. We scroll, we research, we ask 5 friends, we listen to 6 podcasts, and we wait for that motivation to come. And we never, ever take action. And we sit there in fear and we wonder why we're going backwards and we're not moving forward. We wonder why we're not seeing the results. We're not even doing anything because we don't trust ourselves to put one foot in front of the other. But here is the real problem, and here's the truth. Indecision feels productive, but it's just procrastination dressed up as research. You are not stuck because you don't know what to do. You are stuck because you don't trust yourself to pick something and follow through with it. And that's why weight loss becomes overwhelming. And that's why because there are a million decisions that you think that you need to make. Should I track macros or should I track calories? Should I live 3 days a week or should I live 5 days a week? Should I reverse diet? Should I cut carbs? Is this the right coach? Is this the perfect time? So instead of choosing, you sit in freeze mode. And freezing feels safer than falling or failing, right? If I don't do anything, I can't fail. But here's the truth that will absolutely set you free. There are almost no catastrophic decisions when it comes to fat loss. There are only data points. There are no right or wrong decisions. The only way that you can fail is if you quit or if you never start. That is it. Let me say that again. The only way that you can fail is if you quit or you never start. You are going to make a wrong decision when it comes to your weight loss. You are going to make a wrong decision when it comes to your fat loss. You're going to make a wrong decision when you are trying anything new. But as long as you pick yourself back up and you keep moving forward, you will absolutely get to where you want to go. And that's it. You can adjust, you can pivot, you can learn. But you cannot learn from a decision that you have never made. You do not build confidence from thinking. You build confidence from evidence, and evidence only comes from action. So I'm going to give you some quick tips on how to build self-trust, and this is exactly what I do with my clients. And I want to say this, the reason that I decided to step into the wellness space again after being away for so many years was because I saw how when a woman transforms her body, or even a man, I work with mostly women, the amount of self-trust that is built from simply following through with what she said she would do is freaking life-changing. It starts with a body and it rolls over into every other area of your life. So this information you can apply to literally anything that you want to do. So here is where you start to shift from consuming so much to practicing and building that self-trust. Number 1, you have to make faster decisions. Not reckless, just decisive. And you get to start small with this, okay? Give yourself a time limit. Here are some different ways that you can make quick decisions. When you walk into your closet, pick your clothes out, put them on, walk out the door. You're not allowed to make a second decision. When you go to a restaurant, pick something off the menu, have it with intention, eat it, and move on. When you're choosing to, make your plan by Friday, if you're, the longer that you drag decisions out, the more you train your brain that you don't trust yourself. So how can you make quick decisions on a daily basis? If you're trying to decide of making a protein pancake or an omelet, choose quickly. Any place that you can choose a decision that's not like life-changing and you can do it faster, like challenge yourself to do this. Do you want to buy this brand at the store or this brand at the store? Make the decision quick. That's going to build your self-trust up quicker than you can ever imagine. I know it sounds simple, but it's freaking powerful. And number 2 is follow through on what you said you would do. This is huge. And this is what I was talking about, how when you transform your body, it's going to roll over into every other area of your life. Because when you transform your body, you have to show up and you have to do the things that you said that you would do over and over and over again. This is huge. Self-trust is built in the micro promises that you keep to yourself. You said you would go for a walk, go for the walk. You said you would track your food, track your food. You said you would get your workout in, get your workout in. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be consistent. Every time you don't follow through with yourself, you reinforce doubt. Every time that you do follow through with the thing that you said you would do, you build internal credibility. And how this works is when you build self-trust, you build confidence. And when you build confidence, you build motivation. Motivation doesn't come at the beginning, it comes in the middle. And when you build all three of those, then you create momentum. It's going to feel like nothing's happening, and all of a sudden it's all going to happen. And it starts with building your self-trust. Number 3 is keeping promises small enough to win. Stop overpromising to yourself. Don't say that you're going to completely overhaul your entire life. I want you to start small. Again, simple is powerful. I wish I could get this through more people's head because we want to just change it all at once. How many times have you tried to change everything at once and then you do good for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden you're doing none of what you said you would do? Nothing at all. You would be better off starting small and building up. So maybe this week you're going to hit your protein. Maybe you're going to make it to the gym 3 times. Maybe you're going to start walking daily. Whatever it is, I want you to stack your wins consistently over a long period of time because confidence is going to compound. And number 4 is stop outsourcing every decision. This is huge in the fitness industry. This is huge. And clearly the recipe that I posted online, people could not make a simple decision to use a different pan. Like I am so fired up about this. It's not even funny. So let's go back to the fitness industry. They're going to want the perfect plan. They're going to want the perfect macro split. They're going to want the perfect fat loss timeline. The thing is our bodies are not computers. Every single body is different. Every single body responds differently. Every single time I go through a competition prep, my body responds differently. I can't even compare one of my preps to my past preps because it's always different. Therefore, there is no perfect way of doing this. And at some point you have to say, this is my body and I'm allowed to experiment on it because that's exactly what it is. And if you don't experiment, you don't have the data, you don't know what to change, and you don't know what you need to move forward. Number 5 is let's build the evidence. Track, take the photos, log your lifts, record your habits. Data builds belief. Data gives us what we need in order to make the changes to see the results that we want to see. Without the data, we can't change anything. And if you're not taking any action at all, there's no data to be had. So when you see, I did what I said I would do, that changes how you see yourself. And body transformation is the fastest way to build self-trust, like I talked about. This is where we transform our body. Is not just about fat loss. It's about identity. It's about proving yourself. I can choose. I can commit. I can adjust. I can follow through. When you change your body intentionally, you rewire how you see yourself. You stop being the woman who tries. You become the woman who executes. And once you trust yourself with food, workouts, consistency, then you can start trusting yourself in business, in relationships, in finances, in hard conversations. The self-trust spills over into every other area of your life. This is why I say health is the foundation to everything. Because when you have that solid foundation, you can build other things outside of that. And this is the life-changing part. When you trust yourself, you don't need motivation because you don't wake up asking, do I feel like it? You wake up knowing I am the kind of woman who follows through. Motivation becomes irrelevant. Standards take over. And that is what is life-changing. So if you're stuck right now, here's your challenge. I want you to stop consuming. I want you to start choosing. Pick something. Commit to it. Give it time. Collect the data. The only way you can fail is if you quit or you never take action. And if you're tired of second guessing yourself, if you're ready to build that self-trust through your body, that's exactly what we do inside of my coaching. We don't chase motivation. We build standards. We build evidence. We build women who trust themselves. And that changes everything because I don't build codependent coaching relationships. I want you to have the transformation and the knowledge to continue on without me even after we're done working together. I have just launched my first ever high touch intensive 6-month coaching package. You have to apply to even know the details of this coaching package because it's not for everybody. But if you are sitting here thinking, "Oh my gosh, it's my turn. I am ready to take responsibility for my body. I am ready to build the self-trust. I am ready to see it roll over into every other area of my life." This is absolutely for you. I will attach the application in the show notes below. Once you fill out the application, I will get back to you within 24 hours. There are limited spaces available for this and they will go quickly. So if this is something that you want to do this year, start 2027. I know we just started 2026, but start 2027 and an extremely new person who is doing the things that you want to do in the body that you want to have. This is for you. Fill out the application. If it's not a fit for you, I have a few other options to work with me. But I promise you, if you just start taking action today, you're going to continue to build that self-trust. If this episode spoke with you, please share it to somebody that you think that would help them. Also, if you would just like to screenshot it, tag me anywhere on the social medias, I would appreciate that. I love you all. Thank you for joining me today, and I will talk to you in the next episode.